Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Good to be here.
So today we are zooming in on a specific health issue, something that seems to be flying under the radar, especially for our listeners in Milton Keynes. We've been coming through the data on the Blood Test UK website, and honestly, if you've been dealing with just, being tired all the time or having gut issues, this might be it.
It's a really significant topic. We're talking about coeliac disease.
Right.
And before you tune out thinking this is just some kind of trendy diet thing, the medical reality is actually quite different.
It really is. And looking at the source material, the symptoms are so common. We're talking about feeling constantly tired or like having a stomach ache that just lingers.
No matter what you do.
Exactly. And according to the data, the culprit might actually be your lunch, specifically the bread or pasta in it.
It sounds like a simple intolerance,
Yeah.
but coeliac is an autoimmune condition.
Okay, so let's unpack that. In really simple terms, what's actually happening inside your body when someone with coeliac eats, say, a sandwich?
Think of it like a case of friendly fire. When you eat gluten, that's a protein in wheat, barley, and rye, your body's soldier cells get confused, and they launch an attack, but instead of hitting a virus, they end up attacking the lining of your own tummy, your own small intestine.
And that damage is the key here, isn't it? It's not just that your stomach hurts for a bit.
Precisely. Your small intestine is lined with these tiny, finger-like things called villi.
Right.
And they're supposed to grab all the nutrients from your food. In a coeliac patient, that immune attack basically flattens them.
So you could be eating the healthiest diet in the world, but your body can't actually absorb any of the fuel.
That's the aha moment. You're eating, but your body is, in effect, starving. And that explains the fatigue, the weight loss, sometimes even anemia.
That makes the data from Milton Keynes so much more relatable. The source highlights this case study of a 35-year-old woman right here in the area.
Yeah?
And she spent 10 years, a full decade, feeling exhausted and sick before she was finally tested.
10 years is a massive gap. And it happens because the symptoms, diarrhea, skin rashes, that kind of brain fog, they can look like a dozen other things.
Sure.
And Blood Test UK notes it affects about 1 out of every 100 people here. So statistically, a lot of people are walking around Milton Keynes undiagnosed.
Okay, so if that's resonating with someone listening, how do they actually pin this down?
The guidance is surprisingly straightforward. It starts with a simple blood test.
Okay.
If that shows markers for the disease, a specialist might want to do a biopsy to confirm the damage inside the gut.
But wait, looking at the protocol, there is one massive and kind of counterintuitive rule here, and I feel like this is where people could get tripped up.
This is the most critical part of the whole process.
Yeah.
You must keep eating gluten until all the testing is done.
See, that sounds crazy. If you think the bread is making you feel awful, your first instinct is to just stop eating it.
It is a total catch-22. The test is looking for the antibodies your body produces in response to gluten.
Ah, I see.
So if you cut out the gluten, the immune attack stops, the antibodies disappear, and you get a false negative result. You basically have to feel a bit rough for a little longer to get the right answer.
That is so important to know. So for people right here in Milton Keynes, is this a complicated thing to sort out?
Not at all. The infrastructure is all there. You just start with your local GP. The doctors in Milton Keynes know what to look for, and they can refer you to local clinics or the hospital.
Okay, let's talk about the so what. You get the diagnosis. What's the upside?
The benefits mentioned in the source are, well, they're profound. Once you stop the gluten, the gut lining actually heals.
So the pain stops.
The pain stops, but more importantly, you start absorbing vitamins and calcium again. You get your energy back.
You get your life back.
You really do. And you prevent long-term damage. Blood Test UK is really clear that untreated coeliac is a major cause of osteoporosis, weak bones later in life.
All because of that calcium issue.
Exactly.
And the cure is just the diet then. No medication involved.
That's it. A strict gluten-free diet. And that sounds restrictive, but you can still eat meat, fish, rice, potatoes, all fruits and vegetables.
Plus, the source mentions there's a lot of support. Groups like Coeliac UK and even local networks in Milton Keynes can help people figure out how to read labels and find good food.
That support is everything. Once you know the rules of the game, it just becomes second nature.
It really makes you think. We tolerate so many little aches and pains, and we just assume it's normal. But if finding out about one tiny thing in your lunch can completely change your health for years to come, what other small changes could make you feel like a superhero?